In the last couple of videos, we've gone over a couple of important functions within the echo, those being modulation and color sections with their respective subsections, LFO and the filter. These are all well and good and do contribute to a greater good, but I'll let you in on a little secret. We haven't even gotten to the best parts yet. Yes, the echo is a really good delay device and can be beautiful as well as dirty, but now we're going to get into how it's a noise-making instrument in its own right. Let's start by reinvestigating the feedback knob first, shall we? We've covered that if you raise the knob, you increase the amount of echoes, but what happens if you really increase the feedback knob? Let's examine this now. Notice in the higher feedback levels, when you stop your input signal, in this case the guitar, you get a constant stream of noise coming from the echo. This can be very fun and interesting, and we'll really be exploring this more, even in this video, but let me move on to the feedback section subsection, the diffusion. Diffusion is used to add a slight reverb smearing quality to your echo, which is intended to make it sound a little more organic, a little more natural. The amount knob will introduce additional echo repeats very near the original echoes being generated by the echo. Can I say echo one more time? Spread will actually warp and spread these repeats out wider. The end effect is an echo that is not only a carbon copy of the original signal, it's a more organic repetition, as if the repetition was created due to being in a cavern or amphitheater or something that's more natural and not so electronic. Let's try it out now. First, I'll play this very familiar part without diffusion. Then I'll introduce it. See, it literally does what it says it's going to do. It diffuses the echoes so that they aren't perfect copies, but imperfect, as if they were in a natural environment. I'll start it again and really dial it in now. Again, first without diffusion. Now, with diffusion. See, it's a subtle tool that can really give you a very beautiful effect. If you rewind back, notice how the echo isn't as abrupt and perfect anymore. It's more realistic now, as if you were in a natural environment, not a studio. Let's start getting into one of the really fun things the echo can do. I showed you a little bit of it at the beginning of the video. Let's start playing with feedback. I'm going to play a bit of a sequenced part, then stop it again. With the sustained echo, we're going to see what we can do when we start adjusting some of the parameters like the filter, etc., while the feedback loops back on itself. To kill the feedback loop, just turn down the feedback knob at the end. Notice how the filter made a wonderful swooping ocean-like type effect. The diffusion just worked at the beginning to make the multiple echoes smear together. Keep in mind, any adjustments you make to your settings while feedback is looping will happen a few seconds after the adjustment. They need to catch up, so to speak, within the echo. Let's talk a bit about the right channel offset. With this knob, you can cause the feedback, in essence, to move from right to left in your stereo field by increasing and reducing the right channel. Let's try it now. Hear how the feedback changed speakers? Notice that it took a few seconds for it to appear back in the right channel, but it did come back. Once you've raised the feedback to a certain point, the feedback becomes a constant buffer stream that you can reintroduce when you like, even long after the source signal has stopped. Now, let's try adjusting time, diffusion, and then filter at the same time. Let's run it. As you listen, try to get an idea of how you could use this in your own material. I guarantee you'll be inspired in one way or another. Notice how it appears the delay has died, but now it's starting to come back. It's like riding a wave. Let's reintroduce the guitar sequence now. There are two separate sources now, noise and guitar. Crazy, right? All right, we've taken a big step into the rabbit hole now. In the next video, we're going to investigate using the echo as a ping-pong delay. Ping-pong.